In our today's climate conversation, it's a pleasure to have Chairman and CEO of ECOLOO, Mr. Imad Agi from Sweden. He is a sustainable sanitation expert, speaker, and an entrepreneur. He has spoken in more than 20 countries on water, sanitation, and hygiene.
Thank you for inviting me for this session.
We have gone through the report that was published by WHO and UNICEF. How do you see this? Is it a threat or is it a manageable sort of thing?
I don't think it's progressing on the right direction. Taking into consideration the investment that has been done into sanitation or water and sanitation in general, but sanitation in particular, because sanitation is the root of all diseases, even the water contamination. So if you are just working on water treatments or water issues, and you are not focusing on solving the roots of the pollution, you are going nowhere. You are going to zero again. You have to start from zero. And the investment on that sector is very low. Even the companies that are doing a lot of efforts in sanitation, they are going into the cheapest solutions, like pit latrine. Pit latrine again is the root of the groundwater pollution or contamination. And people who are living next to pit latrine, they are actually consuming 10 grams of fecal matter every day, unknowingly, which the cause of all those diseases, 80% of the diseases are waterborne. So I'm a bit skeptical on achieving those goals on time. It has to be sustainable sanitations that has to be implemented in the first place, focusing on we have to reach a way to interrupt the contamination of water due to sanitation or to human waste. And even though many people they have maybe septic tank or whatever, but again, the septic tank is creating sewage, right? I mean, flush toilet is sewage. And most of there's no proper treatment of this sewage. So it ends up in rivers, sea, oceans, or water sources we have. And again, it's like the loop is not interrupted. You are getting again and again all this stuff. So it doesn't seem good to me. I did a few years of R&Ds and came to a biological solution that doesn't involve any human touch or human involvement in treatment. It treats itself, it's self-sustained, it's enclosed system. It doesn't need water to flush, but you still have water for hygiene purposes. We use gravity pull instead of water to flush the waste from A to B. The normal flush toilet is actually flushing the waste sideways. That's why you need water. While our toilet is, the waste is just below yourself, but you don't see it, you don't touch it, you don't smell it. And the treatment is instantly in 3 to 5 days. The solid is gone, and 30 to 60 minutes, the urine become a liquid fertilizer, which is odor-free, organic fertilizer, perfect for farming, full of nutrients. And the toilet is odor-free all the time, water-free in terms of flushing, as I said. We can still use water, as I mentioned, and then it doesn't create sewage at all, and doesn't need energy to run. And again, it's totally enclosed, and you can have it for indoor and outdoor. It's technology in a box, which can be used anywhere,
Great.
saving a huge amount of water.
That's great. That's really one of the macro problem worldwide that you're solving, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. If we can actually just scale up to that level that everyone is using sustainable sanitation, you will not face that kind of water scarcity or diseases. You know, it's a loop. If you have like society that is not feeling well, or I mean, getting a lot of diseases, you need to invest more on infrastructure, on hospitals. People die because of it, because many families become like disaster for them. They don't get food on the table. It's a domino effect. One click, the thing will follow. The bad thing will follow.
So what inspires you the most?
I mean, I would love to see people feeling well, and we don't want to leave this world for our next generation without doing nothing. Our next generation will ask us later, what did you do to prevent all this kind of contamination? I mean, we cannot leave the world for our generation without water or a lot of issues to solve. We have to solve it now and quickly. We have to stop the domino effect, or as I mentioned earlier. We have to do something about it, and I'm very passionate about it, and I believe in it. And I mean, wherever I'm talking about this, we're doing awareness for the whole cycle, the awareness program about water issues, about contamination, pollution, health issues. You know, we solve more than 7 SDGs with our solution, directly and indirectly. Starting from poverty, from I mean, when people can reuse the end product, which is fertilizer, which is getting very expensive now, and it's poisonous. I mean, the one you buy in the market, the chemical fertilizer, is not healthy at all, cancerous. And then you get the SDG number 3, then SDG number 6, which is the sanitation. You have even the SDG number, I think 11 or 13, I don't remember, but the one regarding the sustainable cities. You have the SDG for ground water underground. The water, land. You know, because a lot of people are doing like open defecation, so you protect that as well. And life under water, which is where all the contamination or all the waste is thrown in or dumped in, and the fish eat the waste and we eat the fish. So it's not the right thing to do.
Does ECOLOO preserve biodiversity?
Well, it's actually the biodiversity is something that created through the whole cycle. If we preserve the water, we preserve even the life of other animals, or like a fish and whatever, the land, the environment, the national reserves places, like we have done a project in Jordan for Petra Heritage Site. Our solution was the main component for biodiversity conservation, because that was like either the whole lost city will die because people like stop visiting that place, because it's a huge city and no toilets. So people start to actually pee and all that around the corner and all that, and they stop to visit the place. After installing our toilets, and it's the only toilet that has been approved by the UNESCO and UNDP. Even on the mountain, on top of mountain, we install toilets. The number of tourists increased to 1 million per year today. Toilet is very important in in people's life, and even the micro businesses that has been selling for 7 years and all that has went back to life. I mean, because it was like dying business. So yeah, it's very important when it comes to biodiversity.
This is the USP of the product that due to which it has been exported to more than 25 countries, I suppose.
Including like UN bodies like UNDP, as I mentioned, in Jordan for the heritage site, UNSOS in Somalia for their military base and military, staff or the people who are guarding the whole coast, and even UNHCR in Mali for refugee camps. We sold to 3 different UN bodies, and they love it, and they always talk about it and happy, and they want to order more and more. And yeah, we sold to all kinds of people, or private people, and even companies, corporates, and NGOs.
All right.
Including the school in Saint Leon, where actually the girls' school had no toilet at all. After installing that toilet, the attendance and the performance of the girls increased with 35%. Just an example.
That's a good figure. And so what do you think, that is it a game changer for the developing countries or the developed countries?
I believe the urgency is to install it in developing countries, the urgency of it. But it also has been ordered and installed in developed countries, because even developed countries have serious issues when it comes to sanitation. And it costs the society or the government a huge amount of money to treat the waste and get it back. I mean, even the water coming out from the sewage treatment plant is not even clean enough for anything, and they dump it in the sea again, right? And it's a pollution. So it's actually a global problem, I would say. But priority would be for the developing countries, because they don't have any STPs, they don't have money to. I mean, it costs them more than other countries, developed countries, because of the health issues, the water issues, and all this stuff.
That's right. So ECOLOO saves a lot of fresh water per day, which otherwise could be used for drinking and other purposes. How do you see this?
I mean, we have done some exercise or some study about it, and assuming that you have a society with 10,000 people using the toilet every day, annually you can save 175 million liters with just 10,000 people. And we are not talking about any other saving, like you save on water treatment, energy to transport the water to the home and back, and STP, and STP itself, to build STP for these 10,000 people will cost $10 million. It's itself, plus the running cost. The OPEX is high. I'm not talking about the CAPEX, but even the OPEX every year, the maintenance cost is too high.
Oh, but I think there are a lot of NGOs and there are a lot of other companies that are supporting the project, right?
Yeah, we do have our preferred NGOs who we work with, and even customer, as I said, and even United Nations, which, I mean, it's very difficult to sell to UN, but we succeeded because our product was needed to them, and there is a gap. There's no way for them to get any other product to solve their issues.
There is a lot of support coming from the UN in order to make a proper sanitation worldwide, I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, they support us in terms of, I mean, recognition, purchase our products, get us, I mean, on the news and all that stuff because they love our product.
Poor sanitation is a threat for economic growth. It's a threat for healthcare cost because the cost increases. It affect your health and time in seeing the treatment. It also there is a waste of time because a lot of other things would have happened.
Yeah, this exactly. As I mentioned earlier, poor sanitation creates poor health. Poor health means you are actually not able to be 100% in your work or job, and that will decrease the GDP, and especially if one of the family member like passed away or lost because of any kind of poor sanitation, that will put the whole family in jeopardy. So it's like a domino effect again, as I said. It's poor sanitation means poor health. Poor health means poor income. So people will stay in the poverty cycle. Whatever they try to do, it doesn't work because poverty is actually when you cannot get enough income to your family. And that happens when you have bad health or you have to pay for your hospital bill instead of paying for food on the table. So it's priority. What do you prioritize first? Your health or your family and better income?
That's right. All right. You have a very long journey till now. Or what were the what were the challenges which you think, if that would not have been there, you would have, taken the lead to somewhere else?
I think there are some challenges. First of all, is awareness. People don't understand the link between good sanitation and good health. Then there is also money issues. I mean, there's not much investment on sanitation, and the investment that has been done is poor on poor technologies. That doesn't make any sense. It's cheap on the short run, on the short term, but it's very expensive on the long term. When it comes to, like you as I said earlier, you pollute the groundwater when you use pit latrine. You solve one issue very cheap, but then the result or the outcome is like huge investment on water purification or health issues on people that they are drinking unknowingly this kind of fecal matter and they got sick or die. So those two obstacles are very important. Then there is no investment from, I mean, on the big scale.
Do you see any alternative when it comes to ECOLOO? Do you think that there are other options available to inculcate into the system, which decreases the acceptance of ECOLOO?
I mean, there are other products in the market which are like the RDO, but most of the products or all of the products that has been implemented flush toilet. We are trying to get away from consuming water, consuming energy, creating sewage, getting odor-free solution, and so on. And getting, at the end of the day, you get money from your own waste, so you don't waste your waste. It's like a money-making machine, right? And we, so far, we are number one in number two. And we try to solve the issues as it comes. Hopefully people are happy. I mean, so far, all people we have installed the toilet for are very happy and satisfied with the product. And it's made with fiberglass. So it's like really long lasting, durable, and strong. So you don't need to, it doesn't break. So you don't need to change the unit or whatever each one decade or two. It can last for many, many, many decades to come. This is what is actually sustainable in that case. Big time investment, and then that's it. After 3 to 5 years, if you utilize the fertilizer, you will actually get your investment back. That's how it is. And without any involvement from yourself. I mean, you get fertilizer without doing nothing. The bacteria culture will do everything.
That's great. That's another USP of the product, I suppose.
Absolutely. I mean, because it gives you money back from your own waste, which is no other toilet in the world can do that. There is no toilet has no toilet has any ROI except ECOLOO. It has ROI in 3 to 5 years.
ECOLOO has been installed over here in India, right? So how do you see that overall?
Yeah, I mean, it has been installed as a pilot project, and everything is fine and happy. People are happy. So now we are our next step is to actually get into the market on a big scale and get to the people for their benefits to improve their lifestyle.
Right. Any suggestion or anything that you would like to share?
I mean, I'm happy to share with all people my experience, but also I would love that entrepreneurs believe in what they're doing and don't give up. I never gave up on what I have been doing, although many people discourage me I mean, ask me to stop all this because they could not understand the real need of it. But I believe in that one.
So how do you see ECOLOO down the line after 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years?
I believe ECOLOO will be still the #1 and #2, but it will be on really big scale. We are actually having plan to get into new markets with big muscles. So it will be the only solution that makes sense to solve those issues from the root. I mean, at the root level.
That's great. You need
and no people will not understand the importance of water until they see the last drop. This is serious.
People are getting aware nowadays.
Yes, I'm sure they are doing now better than before, and in a few years they will be even more, much better in terms of awareness about their sustainability thinking, their care about they will care more about their water resources, pollution, about each other. I mean, it's actually forbidden to have pit latrine in Europe or West world, but it's still encouraged in third world, which should be also the same same methods in Europe, because we realized here that the root of the problem is a pit latrine. So they have to stop pit latrine practices and open defecation practices, because it doesn't stop the bad cycle or the evil cycle.
So you see more potential in Europe compared to Asia or Asia Pacific region?
No, I see actually more into Asia and Africa region for now, rather than Europe in terms of implementation of ECOLOO. Especially islands. If you go to any island, they are suffering because they don't have the money for the STPs, and they are dumping the waste in the sea without any treatment, which is ridiculous, because they will lose the nice beaches and the tourism will decrease.
Thank you so much for sharing your valuable time, and it's again a pleasure to meet you. And
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting me. I'm very glad that you took all this, your time, your question, very nice questions, actually, great questions, and for all the efforts you put into connecting with us. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you very much.